Oh my God, I was just muted. Thank you. No, ha ha. Okay, let's start over. Okay, everybody, take two. Take two. Hold on, take two. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of True Dungeon Talk with Trent. This is take two of the intro. This is a very special show. This is the first show of 2023. Welcome to 2023. It's the 20th anniversary of True Dungeon. I think I skipped this part. I'm Trent of TrentTokens.com. I'm a big fan of the game and an avid collector of tokens, which you can see back here. This binder full of tokens. I was saying here when I was muted something stupid, so I'll just repeat the stupid thing again. Binder full of tokens sounds like a nice mystery novel. So, yeah, tune in for that next mystery module. Mystery novel. Oh my God, I should do take three. All right, welcome to a show with a lot of flubbing words. Maybe that's the problem. It's been too long since we've done a show. So yes, 2023, the 20th anniversary of True Dungeon. This is going to be a good year. And in today's episode, speaking of good, we've got somebody great. The creator of True Dungeon, the one, the only, the myth, Jeff Martin. Everyone say hello to Jeff Martin. Hello, Jeff.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
The guy in orange still is kind of clapping slow.
Let's get security. Get that guy in orange. Get him out of here. Welcome to the show, Jeff. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, man.
It's a great honor and pleasure. Can you believe it? 20 years of True Dungeon. Crazy, huh?
Yeah. It's been a crazy ride for sure.
Yeah. I have it before we get to that and many of the other questions. Let's first have a kind of a trivia question for you, and also for anyone in the audience. And I'm going to say hello to everybody in the audience here in a second. Do you happen to know? And actually, let me do a single here. This is my single shot here. Do you happen to know Elvis's birthday? When was Elvis born?
I think it was sometime in the winter, I think.
The winter, huh? Do you know the exact date?
I'll
give you a clue. It was January.
I think it's January the 8th.
January the 8th?
Oh, look at that.
Are you saying that you and Elvis have the same birthday?
We do, of course.
One of my favorite things in the world is an everything bagel. This is an everything bagel. And awesome. You are one of my favorite people in the world. Awesome. So I say we put these two together, and no one knows that you've been alive for hundreds and hundreds of years. So everyone in the audience, everyone, please, tomorrow is his birthday, but the show's today. Let's sing happy birthday to Jeff. A one and a two and a tree. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jeff. You belong in the zoo. Happy birthday.
I think I'm in the zoo, I'm pretty sure.
All right, make a wish. What was your wish?
Wow.
Oh, wait, you can't tell us because,
you're still there. So I'm still here. So, oh well.
Pre-happy birthday, Jeff.
Thank you.
Everybody give some birthday love.
Now everybody knows tomorrow's my birthday. Great, thank you.
You're welcome. I won't tell you who told me, but it was Lori.
Nice, thank you.
If you want, you can take out your rage on Lori. But before we do that, let's say hello to everyone in the chat. Hello, Brian, David, Kusig, Gilstrips, Joshua, Chris, but a bunch of people called muted. That was when I was muted. Let's say Joshua, David, Dave, Belinda. Let's see who else. And Lori Martin. Hey, Lori Martin. And William. Hello, William. So welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for watching live. Really do appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions, do me a favor. Write the word question and then like your question so my eyeballs can grab questions. Feel free to ask questions whenever you're ready. And we're going to get right to the excitement that we wanted to chat about. 20 years
Crazy.
Of True Dungeon. How does that feel? 20 years of True Dungeon.
It's kind of crazy. Actually, I can remember 20 years ago, like that first night after the first day, sitting out with an old friend, Sean McCain, and we were talking about how this might actually be popular, and yeah, and where it could go from there, and it's crazy. So yeah, it was just a few years ago apparently, but now it was 20. So yeah, it's been great. I've met so many people. That's the best part of all this is just over the years, so many great players and volunteers and convention people that we've dealt with, and yeah, it's really enriched my life as far as meeting people and getting to see places and just different technology, figuring that stuff out. So it's just been crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime I think of some type of big accomplishment, that I've achieved, I look at it and realize that it was because of all these other people who were helping me. So
Yeah.
I assume that you feel the same way, because this is definitely not a one man band. You need a collective of people to do this
Yeah,
every year.
for sure. I was the guy that just held up a little sign and said, "Hey, let's do something cool. What about it?" And then all these other cool folks came along and said, "Hey, I think that's a great idea. Let's have some fun."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Here's a tough question. Feel free to say next question. Is it at all possible to come up with a favorite memory in the past 20 years? And if we want to make it a little more targeted, we can. But first, I'll just say, in True Dungeon, is there a favorite memory of the past 20 years?
Actually, when the event's been running, man, I, there's a lot of them, a lot of great people, and a lot of different stuff. I guess I always just come back to the one as I've probably said this before, but it just made, yeah. So it was probably 15 years ago, maybe we were at the Marriott, and there was just hanging out towards the back of the event. For some reason, I was outside. Back then, you exited out of the back of the ballroom into like a corridor, and I was sitting there talking to somebody or something. Anyway, I saw this guy who's probably about my age now, so he's very old, and he came out and he had a friend, and he said something, and then he just like literally skipped probably about 20 feet, and he was so happy. He had such a great time. So I was like, wow, to be able to do that for somebody is pretty cool. So for some reason, I
Wow.
don't have any idea who he is. I should have came up and said, "Hey, thanks for playing," but I was just kind of stunned. And anyway, it was a crazy time. It lasted 5 seconds, but I'll never forget it.
Wow, how
Yeah.
sweet of a memory is that? And when I ask you of the past 20 years, that jumped to the top of your mind. Someone else's joy being displayed for 5, 10 seconds. I mean, what a
Yeah.
wonderful memory.
Yeah. I don't think I've skipped since
I don't know
I
if
was
I've ever
8,
skipped in my
maybe.
whole life.
Who knows?
So
But anyway,
wow.
yeah,
So 20 years have passed, or passing this year. It's up to how you do the math, of course. But this is
sure.
the official anniversary this year.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what the next 20 will hold for True Dungeon?
Mm, no, I have no idea what's going to happen next year. So since COVID, I've learned not to make plans and just try to do whatever and have fun and just see what happens and change your plans as things happen. So yeah, no
Hmm.
idea what's going to happen. I'm hoping it's still around and people are having fun and, they can wheel me in, hopefully, knock on wood. And
Oh,
I can
I
run. They'll
think
have me
it.
run an epilogue probably. That would be good. I can
Yeah,
sit
because you won't
there
be able to
and
move too much. You'll just stick there.
yeah,
Who's that old guy? Nobody knows, right?
yeah.
Oh, very cool. Let's see. In the chat here, Kuzik says maybe I can get an 8K order placed tomorrow for Jeff's birthday. Hooray! I think
Oh,
you're talking
that's
about. I
eight
think
on eight.
yeah.
Sounds like a great
Do
promotion. Let me
that.
do that right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Do that order. Gilstrife says, will there be a special Jeff birthday run on True Dungeon?
No, never, ever.
Okay. It could be an Elvis theme run, maybe.
Yes,
Uh,
that would be great. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Kuzik says, or he asks, any chance we can get a 20-year of True Dungeon book with all the dungeons and puzzles throughout the years made? Maybe a PDF.
Yeah, that would be nice. I have to track them all down. We started doing like real things, I think around '09 maybe. So I'd have to track down the first several years. They were just like simple word, simple word files. So no formatting, and they were pretty simple. So, yeah, that would be kind of a neat thing. I don't know. Let me think about it. I like to have that people would just have these like rose-colored lens type of memories of the old days. If they actually saw like what the modules were like back in the day, it may tampen down their memories of what happened. So I don't know.
I've seen some of these things, and they were quite simple. They are.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, and I can't remember if it was the very, very first. It probably was the very first module. It was actually not even Word. It was maybe WordStar, the file type,
or
something like that. It wasn't Word. It was like a different Word or document processing.
Could have been
program.
WordPad for all I know back then.
Word something. I'm just WordStar is what popped into my head. I don't even know if that's a program,
Sure.
but but yeah, there's the early modules were definitely.
Well, they were
different.
It was all just friends that were running it, and we were just like, I'm like, here you go, and then we would just talk about it, and
yeah,
so
they're basically paragraphs.
Yeah, it wasn't really meant for like somebody to actually learn the thing. It was just more of a here's a reminder of what we talked about kind of thing.
Yeah, it basically like D&D prompts, like those kind of things. So John says hi, and John sang happy birthday to you in chat, so that was very nice.
Right.
Kuzik says being able to capture the lore in the world would be my hopes for it, at least the early days. So yeah,
Sure.
Email me, Kuzik, and I'll see what I have. But as for something official, that's up to Jeff. But speaking of thanking people, this year you did a very unique token, a thank you token.
Yes.
How did you come up with this? That might be a silly question, but I mean,
it just seemed like it's something we needed to do, and I just thought it'd be a nice way to say thank you to the token collectors that have a little thank you reminder there. So it was a natural idea that was just right there when we were thinking about what we could do, and it just seemed like the way to go.
And how does someone acquire this? What type of order gets these tokens?
Any kind. I think we put them
any
in
order. So if I order a 10-pack, this is in it?
Or transmute order. I think we're putting them in those sometime. I don't know what they're actually doing. Whenever every order I fulfill, which I just did 2 today, I put them in there. So
okay,
and you
cool.
may get several if you've done several orders over the year. You maybe have a stack of them, but we try to we got enough so we can hand them out to everybody.
Awesome. Speaking of tokens, I think everyone is very excited. So this is being recorded live. If you're watching this live, you know that. If you're watching it later, it's January 7th of 2023, and in 2 days it will be January 9th, and it's a day that we're all very much looking forward to. Transmuting time.
Yes.
Wow. So is everything ready? Are you ready for the rush for January 9th? And January 9th at noon Central?
Yeah, I believe that's what we told everybody. Yeah, we hope it works. We'll find out. You're a website guy, things can go wrong occasionally, but we should be good, hopefully. Got the PDFs already and should be switched at noon, so.
Oh, man, I think people are pumped. I actually did some bagging this morning. I'm excited. I'm ready. So yeah, Peter K. Oh, Peter, hey, that's my work buddy. Speaking of website, knowing websites, that's one of my work buddies. He and I have been working together for a long time. So everybody say hello to Peter K. In chat.
Hello. Thanks for keeping Trent out of trouble during COVID.
Yeah, he's from my real life job. So for people in the chat, if you are excited about something to make the January 9th transmuting time, what token are you excited about and why? For me, Well, you probably know this if people who know me. If not, I'm excited about all of them because I have to make it, not have to, but I want to make one of each. But I'm pretty pumped about the shirt because, that is a token that you have to save for over multiple years to make. Do you have a favorite exchange token or any common or uncommon or rare or any token of 2023? Do you have a favorite or a couple favorites, Jeff?
Talking to me,
Yeah.
probably the two. Well, I guess three. Yeah, I'd have to start with the Arcanum shirt. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's how I pronounce it.
That's
um,
good.
that one's cool because I like multiple year stuff. I know when I started doing that, when you had to collect, like I think it started with the Errata 7 parts. That was a surprise. It was like, thanks for replacing Order this year. Here's your segment one of the
Mm-hmm.
Errata 7 parts. You get to collect this for 7 years, and then you can make them. And
Wow.
people are like, "That's crazy! 7 years? Are you nuts?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think that's cool. I would
Yeah.
want something like that." So this is another one of those 4 year thing that we did. So those are kind of cool because it's a nice memento of like all the fun you had those 4 years, and I think that'll be really cool. And then the other two would be the legendaries, just because they're named after folks that I know. Vim, he was a childhood friend that his we'd go over to his house to play a lot of games. He had a lot of European games,
Hmm.
Miles Born, and it was a French card game, I think. His parents were from Belgium, I believe, or Netherlands, I think. Um, anyway, that was like one of the first places I ever gamed a lot was his place. We,
Wow.
we did. So, and that was, a kid, and his mom was awesome. She'd make us cookies, and then she would take us to the movies sometimes, and she gave me rides to school a lot. So, anyway, a lot of good memories there. So I thought, let's do somebody that I know
Wow.
for a name, and then the other one is Boaz's Bead of Whispers, and Aaron was the guy that helped me figure out this whole thing 20 years ago, how to design the whole event. One afternoon in my truck as we drove around Southern Illinois out in the country. Um,
Wow.
he just listened to me ramble on and give me good feedback. So I thought it would be good to name the two after that. So
Wow. Very, very cool. That's awesome. Let's see who we have here in the chat. So Joshua asks, speaking of Monday, wanted to confirm that I can send in all the maps for our group in one box. I know we have to pay return shipping separately. Whew. That's a tough question. You're talking about this. We'll jump to this token.
dun,
You're
dun, dun.
so I believe. Maybe Kuzik? Could you? Oh no, Joshua rather. Could you confirm? Are you talking about spending more or not spending? Sending more than 5? Let's say like 10 for 2 different people in one box. Is that what you're asking? And then we'll jump back to that question to get some clarification first. Let's see who else. Kuzik says the Charms of Avarice in stock for the 9th. It seems too. Speaking of Charms of Avarice, let's jump right to that. This is from your Facebook page. So these are in
Yeah,
stock and ready, huh?
yeah, they are ready to go. And got to thank um, everybody probably knows Mike Lutz if you've been around the event very long. He's a
Mm-hmm.
really kind of a background tech guy, and he's the one that's helped us with the RFID chips to make sure the security on these are really airtight. So he came through with those again, and they're all programmed and ready to go so that when you go to Epilogue, we can scan them and make sure they're real. So everybody can be real confident that what they're using is real and
Mm-hmm.
makes it nice. So thanks, Mike.
Do you know if there's a year on the back of these tokens? This new batch?
Uh, I believe I'm not going to say because we just went through this. I'm not sure. It could say, I think it's whatever they've been saying, which I think was trade one. I think.
Huh? Yeah, I'd have to
So
check. Yeah, I
yeah,
can't
whatever they
remember.
say, it should just be more. I think it should be just more of what has
So
been going
whatever the
on.
recent back said is what these
Yeah,
say.
yeah. The problem
Okay.
with I know it sucks sometimes that the backs are different, but it's real complicated with the molds and stuff, and like if we want to do a special mold, it's like $10,000 to do it. So it just didn't seem like it'd be worth it to. So that's why that happened. On when we first made all these blanks, is it was just going to it would save us thousands of dollars to do it that way. So
understood.
Yeah,
got it. John at True Dungeon. Hello, John at True Dungeon. So he says 2020, but then he also said Trade 1 is the 2023 and reprints. So it sounds like the batch we're looking at here will say 2020, Trade 1 rather. But yeah, I think there's a 19, there's a 20, and I think there might be a blank as well, and that might be the 2016 version. And then of course there's the 2015, which is the gold back. So there's the gold back, the blank, 1920, and now there's going to be the Trade 1 if we already have those or not. So it sounds like there's going to be 5. And so that's for someone like me who wants to collect one of each.
Sure.
That's what they have. So I think I might already have all 5. Let me jump back to the chat here. B Miss Squaz says, excited to make a Charm of Avarice for my wife. Yeah, it's great. Gil Strife is excited about the shirt. Oh, it's your first multi-year transmute. That's very cool. Kusik says, any hints as to Arcanum set effects?
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's not on Token DB. Oh, I didn't know it wasn't there.
No, we're like I said, it's hard to make plans anymore. So we'll see. And I think I've learned my lesson not to do stuff too far at a time. So
okay, so we've got the +2 strength, dex, con, and focus, which is really powerful. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's a nice shirt.
But we don't know what the set effect is yet. All right, and let's see. We have a group. Joshua says we have a group of 14, and the count is 70. Yes. Oh, so he's talking about maps. So the question is one of the other transmutes. So let's get to that, and then the question is One Boot Billy's map. This you can make 5 every calendar month. 5 in January, 5 in February, 5 in March, etc. And they're only redeemable in person. And you can see the expired date there, October 1st of 2024. And again, you redeem it for 20 treasure. I believe the answer is that you cannot do that, Kusik, but I'm not sure. But so what he's saying is he has a group of 14, and he wants to send in 70 One Boot Billy maps. I guess let's say January. But I
think what he's saying, I'm guessing, is that he wants to probably just save on the
so I guess 14.
I think he just wants to save on the shipping to get it here. So as long as you place a separate order for all 14, and that you want to stick them all in one box, that's fine.
Okay, so that's exactly what he's asking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. There's no reason. Just save yourself a lot of shipping. Just document things really well in there. That whenever you drop it in there, that say it's for these orders, and just so that we know that order
this
number.
Way you can do in one box, but shipping this way, to us, you can't do in one box. That's 14 boxes. You have to put 14 orders in the one box.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
It's what you said. Maybe I'm saying it in a more simplistic way because my brain is simple. But Joshua has the answer he's looking for, and that is that. So that's good. Let's see. Now we've got another question here. David asked, can established players trade up for a Medallion of Nobility with the new artwork? Someone has an old one and they want a new one.
Trade up.
Well, trade in. If they have the old Medallion of Nobility, can they get a new one if they can exchange it?
The old ones are just as cool. Why would then you'd lose your old one? So I don't know. I suppose if they really want to, they're going to give up the old one, but yeah, that's fine with me. I want to make people happy. So if they would rather have the newer version, that's cool with me. Mm-hmm. It'd probably be best to do it like in person, because we don't really have a way to do it through mail. So when you're at some show that we're at, just ask. We always bring some of those. So just in case somebody levels up, and we've actually had people level up like at Gamehole Con, and they'll place their order online, and then they'll come in and grab it.
I did that. Yeah, I leveled up to level 5, and then the next time, was that the one we could do the extra treasure? Or was 6? I can't remember, but I did that at a convention. I think it was Gen Con. It's fun to do that. Yeah. Okay. So there's that answer. Thank you. And let's see, where are we here? Trying to catch up. Belinda says the thing about combining maps is you need to pull all 14 order forms in the box, I think, and that's what we're saying. So yes, so she's right. Gilstrife says that shirt will put his paladin at 122 hit points with a full team of hit point increaser tokens. Oh my god. Kuzik says he wants an old one. So the token DB, and people asked me this already. I told them to go to the forum because I can't. I mean, I don't know. That I said go to the forum and ask the powers to be, which is usually Drugar, unless you chime in. But I think people are wondering if I have an old one and someone has a new one, and I want a new one and they want an old one, could we exchange? I mean, maybe I'm being too, my government.
Yeah, that would be a preferred way to handle it.
Yeah.
So that there's not a bunch of craziness going on. But yeah, that would be great. Maybe you can just find somebody that wants to swap. That's fine.
Right. Yeah. But on TokenDB, I believe it says there's no trading. So I thought, unless I'm over-reading that. So
I think you meant trading it in here. So I'm probably contradicting what we said on tokendb.com.
Yeah, Flick says they are not tradable. So anyway, that's what TokenDB says. So that's why I said go to the forum. Don't get Jeff in trouble. All right, so let me pick up where we are. My old school. Belinda says she likes the old school medallion nobility. Me too. Happy for the people who get a new one, but she's good with hers. Yeah. Flick is quoting TokenDB as well. Let's see. Dave says, a use for the extra old medallion nobility I have, I'll keep an old one and have a new one. Yeah, then that's what I do. I put the medallion of nobility in that little medallion from the 2018 medallion holder. Remember when we slid the mug?
Yep.
So, all right. So let's see. So we talked about, this is the transmuting all of the tokens, January 9th. We talked about the new Charm of Avarice. Oh, man. And this shirt is now tradable or exchangeable in 2 days.
Yep.
You turn in all 4 shirts. And every X years, you come up with a new type of token that you collect for multiple years. I find that to be one of my favorites because it's just so fun to collect the first one and then the second and then the third and then to turn it into something. So that's one of my favorites as well.
That's what they're for.
Yeah, it's fun. And the One Boots Billy map, again, we kind of clarified all of that. So in-person events, right now, we've got MomoCon, Gen Con, and GameholeCon.
Yes.
Anything else on the horizon that you...
There are, but it's all just still kind of in the mists of antiquity, or whatever you want to call it. We're hoping to add a couple more events this year, but it's all just still up in the air, and that's why kind of the rest of the virtual schedule is a little nebulous right now after April. We're just going to wait and see. We'll have announcements as soon as we can. There are a few irons in the fire, but I don't get anybody's hopes up or anything, so it may not happen. We may just have those 3 events this year. Who knows? But that's it.
If I were to read into what you're saying, Counselor, if Judge Sidebar, it sounds like if whatever irons may be in the fire are later in the year irons, not earlier in the year irons.
Yeah,
Is that what I'm
we'll
hearing?
see. Yeah. I mean, most cons are summer type stuff, so that's what we're looking at.
And you need time to get volunteers and announce it and prepare, etc. Cool. Okay. But speaking about events that are coming soon, next Friday, Tomb of Terror Prelude, the patron event. Friday, January the 13th. Friday the 13th, mind you. that's next. What can you tell us about this?
It should be a lot of fun, I hope. Again, the patron events try to make them a little more less serious, a little more tongue-in-cheek. So you have an adventure based in Shyport. Grunel's gotten into a little bit of trouble, of course, and he's had a little mishap with a little baking, a little dark rift powder, and he's accidentally made some things happen that you have to go and help him clean up. So you'll get to see the parts of Shyport and fight some interesting monsters.
Wow. Wow. I'm excited. The patron event, for people who don't know, is usually silly and fun. And oftentimes Jeff has some part in it. It's kind of crazy. And there's still time. If you don't have a patron pin and a patron code yet, there's still time to purchase at truedungeon.com to go and be part of this. And besides this event, obviously this is a virtual event, there's another virtual event happening in October of this year, right?
Correct. Yes, we decided to do 2 this year.
Yeah, so there's 2 this year if you wanted to be a patron. And in chat, John reminds us that VTD 14 is on sale now. If you were a patron, you could have purchased your tickets on, let's see, today's Saturday, so yesterday, Friday.
Yep.
Today is Saturday of this, live show. So Adventurers Guild members can buy their tickets today for VTD 14, and then tomorrow the general public. So that's another advantage of being a patron. You get to purchase your tickets 2 days ahead of the general public. And Kuzik says there is an auction on the forum with a patron pin up for bidding. Just saying, it will fund soon. So there's one right there. How about that?
There you
go. So notice that this is Friday. No other adventures are happening on Friday the 13th. Only the patron event. But starting on Saturday, January 14th, is Chapter 1, and the prelude is the prelude to Chapter 1, right?
Yes, it's awesome. You get 2, it's complete adventures, different ones back to back. You can play them day after the next, so it'd be cool, or a couple days later. Yeah, it should be fun.
Right. And this is for the maybe the second time. I was thinking the first time, but maybe it's the second time this has happened. It's a Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday, because Monday is a holiday. So January 14th, 15th, and 16th, Chapter 1. What can you tell us about Chapter 1 of Tomb of Terror?
It takes place right after the prelude. That's first thing. So, yeah. By the time the prelude's over, you'll have helped out the town of Shyport and your goblin friend, and you'll head out to see another friend for the last time, probably, by the name of Dalen. You're going to travel to Darkhold Keep, and you're going to start your adventure there. He'll have a little thing to give you, a little gift for helping him restore his keep and lands and family title. It's all started back in 2020 in that first V1 when you met him in the tavern, and you guys have helped him along the way. And he's going to say thanks and give you a little gift, and then send you on your way.
Wow. So it sounds like Chapter 1 is going to be exciting. Now, this character, Dalen, which no one trusts, by the way, I just want you to know that. We have definitely seen a full arc with him. Without spoilers, if you think it spoils, then don't answer it. I mean, is this the last time we'll see him, or is there more to come? Or is that a spoiler?
It's probably, it may be the last time you'll see him, for sure. Yeah, I thought it was a good idea. Sure? Maybe for sure. Okay. I mean, he might come back, who knows, a couple years from now, but I think this is his last performance. Yeah, there's no other planned things. I thought it'd be good to kind of, take his story arc over and tie it up in a bow, and he'll say goodbye, and it'll be Mike Nagley's final performance as Dalen. So he may be happy. I don't know. He's been a great support over the years playing this character, so virtually and in person. So
it is a very cool character, and nobody trusts him. Now, one of my favorite set pieces I believe, is in chapter 1, and I don't think that's a spoiler. The Door of Many Doors, I guess, is what you guys are calling it. Is that
Yes,
true?
you guys first saw it back in VT2, I believe, inside a cave, a lair
Yeah,
of a Yeti. And you
yeah,
were in
yeah,
there and you're
Yeti.
trying to get warm, and you notice there's this weird door thing there, and you're like, what the heck is this thing doing here? You weren't able to really explore it further. You had to take off and keep going on your quest to, get all the way over to Shyport. But this time you'll actually get to see what's behind those doors. A
Oh
door
man.
of many doors.
Oh, that
It was
door.
it's a double set of doors with a bunch of little doors in it. So we'll see.
It's crazy. I mean, that set piece is beautifully done, and you just want to knock on each one of those things. I mean, it just called me. I just wanted to throw every token I had at it to make it do something. But I'm excited to see that door. All right, let me check the chat here. If you have any questions.
Wait till you see what's behind it. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what's behind it. I guess we're going to see. So a week from today, I'll see what's behind it. So if anyone has any questions in the chat, please ask away, because we're going to be wrapping up here in a couple minutes. Let's see. Anyone want to? There's some bank robbery request here for some 8Ks. John says to err is human, to R is pirate. Kuzik says, Dalen, that guy again. He's great, although I don't know how well it is for my health. And Gilstrive says he uses Dalen's ring to make people tell the truth. You know, isn't there's a ring of truth too, but I mean, how can you force someone to wear it? And David, thank you for that reminder. I wanted to ask that question too. David has a question about the safe hold token. Is there anything more you can tell us about safe hold?
Not at this time. We're going to, there's a lot of ideas floating around, and I don't want to say much more because I don't want to spoil anything or make any things that will end up changing. But we definitely wanted to, for the 20th anniversary, we thought it would be a great idea to add to another little aspect of True Dungeon, and that's having a kind of a cool hangout for your characters. So
okay, understood. That's fine. Got to keep some of that magic behind the scenes. All right. Well, then I think that is all of my questions. Let's not go too far into what's happening with the next chapter. We want that to be, a surprise and to experience it. So if you have any questions, ask them quick. B. Misquez asks, has the Wonder Effect been decided yet? The 2023.
No. Dan's been bugging me about it. I'm sorry, Drugard's been bugging me about it, and we're supposed to talk about it because we gotta get that figured out pretty soon. But anyway, we'll get on that Monday when he returns.
Yeah, my guess is the apps kind of make you not able to use whatever the new ones are next weekend.
Right?
So. It sounds like it's not going to be done for the first one unless it's something that we don't really track in the apps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that'll all be hopefully decided Monday.
Okay. So, all right. Let's see. The acoustic says Trent's Lounge is now known as Trent's Safe Hall. Okay, got it. Snake Eyes. Hello, Snake Eyes. Can't wait until next week. And David says, can we assume the 2022 effect is still usable in V12?
Yeah, we'll have an announcement. It'll if nothing else, it'll be 2022. But we'll make an announcement Monday. You'll know for sure Monday.
Mm-hmm. And Joshua asked stalker items for next week. So what do you mean? Can you equip them, or will you get them in treasure? What are you asking, Joshua? There's definitely going to be in the treasure because that's the new thing.
Yeah, so, I think he may be wanting to know about transmuting them.
Oh, to transmute them.
Yeah.
Oh, equipping. Yeah, he says equipping. So yeah, you can equip them.
They should be in there. they're in all the 23s are in there, I believe. From what I've been told.
What's the transmute? I don't remember any transmute for those yet. Is that a thing?
Yeah, just go to tokendb.com and search Stalker.
Okay.
There's some cool stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't remember looking at the Stalker.
We don't worry about it. There's so much weird stuff going on this year because the 20th that it's hard to remember it all. Believe me.
That's right. The 2 beads. I was so focused because I got to get 3 sets. One to never do, one to do the 1 bead, and one to do the other bead. So I was just so focused on getting like 3 times 40, I completely forgot about the beads. So are the beads transmutable starting on Monday?
They should be. I don't know why not, but again, we'll find out tomorrow at noon. Or not, I'm tomorrow. Monday at noon. I believe they all should be there. Yeah. We should. I don't know why not, but who knows? We'll find out.
I think I recently just put in those in a little baggie and transmute on the 9th. So that's in a stack there. I completely forgot about that. There's a lot of tokens happening if I forget about them, because I think about all of them. So this is a big year for tokens.
Yep, we wanted to make it kind of crazy, so it should be a great year.
Yeah, you have succeeded. It's going to be a great year. And Joshua says that they're going to try to get 15 sets. Whew, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, I mean the Stalker set is much easier to collect than the one we did with the Token of Heroism. So this was more meant for like everybody to try. The other one was really just meant for the people that played a lot and they wanted something to chase to really go after. So that's why it was so hard to get the pieces. We wanted to make it something you try to do all year. This one, you'll be able to, if you're a big collector, you'll get one pretty fast. You'll get all 20 that you'll need. But this will also allow the people to play like once every VTD to have a chance to get one by the time of the year's up.
Right. Well, the other one was also a legendary and slotless, so you would think it's going to be harder to get.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Kuzik says if Trent forgets about tokens, then the world ends. No way that happens. Belinda says she's 2 Stalker pieces away from completing a set. Yes, and hopefully V12 gets them. I'm sure you will, because people will be trading. I've already traded some with other people, which, by the way, I still love that. That's another aspect of the game that's a lot of fun to still trade. So.
Sure.
The Miss Quest says, definitely succeeded at making this year special. So excited for everything coming up. So there's a thumbs up. And Joshua says, got 35 parts, but not a complete one. Have one and working on the second, says John. Congratulations. Because there's 2 beads. You need 2 sets if you want both beads. So, yeah, speaking of this year, 2023, I think is going to be an amazing year for True Dungeon. I'm pumped. Thank you so much to you and the whole staff and all the volunteers for making the past 20 years amazing. And I'm looking forward to the next 20 as well, even if you don't know what the next 20 is going to hold. So thank you very much, Jeff. We really appreciate
for having me.
And
thanks everybody for supporting us so we could have a 20th anniversary year. That's amazing, and I appreciate it.
Yes, it's an amazing thing. So thank you. Keep up the good work, as they say. And I will see you next time. Thank you very much for being on the show, Jeff.
See you later. Take care, everybody.
Bye. All right, there you have it. That was Jeff Martin, the creator of True Dungeon. A really sweet and gentle guy. 20 years of True Dungeon. Think about that. And I asked him what was his favorite memory, and what he said was watching someone else skip for 5 seconds or so after they had done a run. What a sweet and gentle thing to say. So that shows you the kindness and the sweet soul that Jeff is. And I think that that's probably one of the biggest reasons why True Dungeon is so special, because I believe he attracts all these other people with similarly sweet and kind hearts and souls to do all it takes to make this game special for everyone else, because this whole model is joy for other people. So kudos to Jeff and the whole team, and Lori, and everybody that works at True Dungeon, all the volunteers. The last 20 has been amazing. The next 20 is going to be even more amazing. And thank you very much for watching the show. And I always forget the algorithm stuff. I got a note here. Algorithm stuff. Please click share and like and subscribe, and tell your friends and enemies about the show. It'll be hopefully great for True Dungeon to continue to get the word out about the show. I do appreciate it very much for watching. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for being here. And until next time, don't forget, one of my favorite things to say is it's really difficult to frown if you're smiling. So smile.